So I wanted to make just a really quick video for all of my millennials out there. That's those of you that are in your 20s and 30s, because most of you are probably at the point where you're wanting to move out from your parents' house if you're still living there. If you're paying rent, you're probably at that point going, oh my gosh, I'm spending so much money on rent and not getting anything to show for it. Now could not be a better time for millennials to jump into the housing market, because especially here in Orlando, rent is so high compared to what people actually make on average. It really is more affordable for those that are credit ready and have a little bit of money saved up to be able to buy a house and start to gain equity and build wealth over the years. So millennials might have a skewed idea about the housing market because they grew up in this time when the housing bubble burst and times were hard and it was perilous in the economy. But here's a few things that millennials should be able to know, or should know, that can actually help them with their financial road towards owning a house. The first thing is, it actually is more affordable to own a house than you may think, or at least to buy a house. There are programs that for as little as 3.5% down, you can actually get into a house. On a $200,000 house, 3.5% down is roughly between $6,000 and $8,000 in that range. Usually closing costs on a house, again, that's about $200,000, would run about $4,000 to maybe $8,000. So for under $15,000, you can actually get into a house. Now, that's me being very conservative and on the top end of things. We can actually help negotiate sometimes the sellers to help contribute towards your closing costs, which then means that 2 to 4% that I kind of tacked on could be contributed by the seller, so you are really only needing to bring 3.5% down. Again, on a house that's $200,000, which that's a pretty nice house in the Orlando area, especially for a starter home, you're really only looking at about $7,000 or so. For $7,000, and you can own your own house. Crazy, right? So here's a few things that millennials should do to get ready. First of all, you want to get pre-approved. Pre-approved means that you're actually talking to a lender, they're checking your credit, looking into your financial snapshot, they need 2 years of tax returns to kind of show your steady income, and when you get pre-approved, they say, okay, we are willing to loan you this much for your house. Okay, and of course then that's what you pay your mortgage back on once you actually get into the house. So you want to get pre-approved. I've got some really good lenders that I'm happy to recommend. Just let me know and I'll be more than happy to connect them to you or you to them. Another thing you want to remember is, as you start to think, okay, I want to get a new house, you want to make a wish list. Those things are really the most important. Do you want to be in a certain area? Do you want to have a certain amenity in your neighborhood? Do you want to have a house that has a certain type of layout? Those things are going to be what you would make on your wish list so that you and your real estate agent can find the best house for you. Which leads me to my next point. You want to work with a real estate agent that you absolutely love. Somebody that's excited about the profession, someone that wants to help you, someone that's patient, because most likely you're a first-time home buyer and you're going to need a little bit of help through the process and explanation on a lot of things because you've never bought a house before. Someone that can educate you and teach you as you go through the process and that is patient is someone that you want to work with. Don't just look up whoever's on the bench outside the Walmart or whatever you end up getting in the mail. Find someone that you know and love and can trust, because you're going to be spending some good time with this person looking at homes, but also you want to know that they have your best interests in mind when they're negotiating and helping you through the process of getting to closing. The last thing that I would recommend is talk to the neighbors. When you're out kind of just looking around neighborhoods, even on your own, before you jump in with a real estate agent, if someone's out walking their dog, ask them what they think about the area. You can learn a lot from the people that actually live in an area. So if you have any questions about real estate, or you're thinking now is the time for you to jump into the market while interest rates are still low, housing is still affordable, and you have just a little bit of money saved up and some good credit, really now could not be a better time for you to start to grow wealth by owning a house and building equity in the place you're living rather than throwing money away giving it to a landlord. So give me a call. I'm more than happy to help you out. I would love to sit down with you, answer your questions, give you a little more thorough roadmap on how we're going to find you a house, and then get out and start house hunting with you. My number, 407-970-6776. You can connect with me through Facebook. I'd be more than happy to help you out and answer your questions. So let me know. I'll talk to you soon.